And one of the remarkable shows that's out there has to do with our next guest, who runs one of the most respected and longest running vintage focus shows in the country. Mikey Singer is part of the team behind the Strongsville Sports Collectors Convention, a show that's been a staple of the hobby for more than 30 years, known for its deep roster of vintage dealers, high-end memorabilia, and some of the strongest buying and selling floors in the industry. Strongsville has built its reputation on authenticity, relationships, and a collector-first atmosphere. And this year, for the first time ever, the show is co-locating with our very own Great Lakes Collectors Convention, creating one massive hobby celebration weekend in Independence, Ohio, coming up April 10th through 12th. So Mikey's going to join us tonight to talk about the partnership, what collectors can expect, and why the combined event is shaping up to be one of the biggest hobby weekends of 2026. So with that, let's go ahead and welcome in Mikey Singer.
Awesome. Great to be here, guys. Actually, let me just adjust the table a little bit, get a better angle.
There you go.
Great to be on your show after so many weekly meetings where we're all online together.
Yeah, so let's actually talk about that, because you know what, there's probably a lot of people out there that think, do these guys know each other? What are they doing? Who's putting in the work? What's happening with the Strongsville? It's an Independence, it's Great Lakes, and when people come up to me at shows and they ask, and I say, like, we're friends. We work together. We are building this show together. And like you said, we have weekly meetings, and people don't realize that we put in the work together to bring this event and make it as unique as possible, and as good or great and ever growing as well.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. Is make it as great as possible for all stakeholders. So that's all attendees, all table holders, every single person who's coming by the show and is part of the show. We want to make it the best experience, and that's most of the reason why the show has moved to Independence. Given some of the restrictions that we were facing in the current or our previous venue, we really needed to look for a bigger sized venue for us, for both attendants and the exhibitors who are looking to come in. Strongsville is the longest running show in the world in terms of the hobby. So we feel ourselves as stewards of the show, and felt it was very important to continue to grow the show and continue to evolve the show, so it's there not just for now but for future generations, and it continues to be the longest running show of all time.
We can't wait for people to see this, Mikey, because it is, I'm sure there's some nerves, there's some vendor sponsors, there's a lot of stakeholders in this that want this to be successful, and since it's so close to the vest for us, we're aware of how massive and incredible this show is going to be. We'll come back to this slide in a second, but we kind of want to start from the top and give people an overview of, kind of what to expect. So from a visual standpoint, we say Independence, Ohio, but it's really Cleveland. It's essentially Cleveland, Ohio, that we're talking about, the market that held the National just a couple of years ago, as Mitch alluded to. But when you come into Independence, Ohio, this is a major campus. It is the campus of Independence High School. There is a 50,000 square foot facility attached to it. There's the main gym. There's the high school facilities. There's plenty of parking around this campus. It's conveniently located adjacent to I-77 and with Rockside Road right near Cleveland. Plenty of hotels, plenty of accessibility. Talk a little bit about that as it relates to where the show Strongsville has been and kind of how we got to this point.
Yeah, well, first, you're setting a standard for how we should view shows when we're talking about where they're located. So great work on the map, Jeremy. And second, Strongsville's 15 minutes, 10 minutes from where the show is going to be currently held. And the reason, as I said, the reason for the move is, Greeny was an exhibitor there with us last year, and the show was at absolute capacity, both in terms of exhibitors and floor space, and also attendees coming through and making sure that they had enough space. There's a lot of people bringing in a lot of really cool stuff to the show, and you have a lot of people who are looking to complete sets and things like that. So there needs to be space for those to really to operate and for those things to happen. So this move for us is really about, like I said, making the show better for all stakeholders. And that comes with a better venue, with more parking. You're going to have better concessions. So all of it leads to a better experience for all those involved.
So one of the questions that we get all the time, and I say that we, because, you know, I'm at a lot of shows around the country, and is it going to be different shows? Is there going to be, or is it two rooms? I heard there's one show in one room, one show in the other, and we're here to tell you that it's all in one room. There is and perfect. The floor plan is up. So there is two sides. There is the Strongsville side, and there's the Great Lakes side, and there will be vintage only in the green highlighted. Then there'll be the modern TCG side. So yeah, it is. We're not co-mixing everybody. We're not in two different rooms, but there will be a delineation of two separate shows. And when you walk in the main room, you'll be able to head to the Strongsville side or the Great Lakes side. And, you know, now that we can kind of lay that to rest, that everything is, and we've heard it. Is there a wall? Is there a curtain? Yeah, there will be a curtain divide of the two shows. Right?
There will be, and the rules for Strongville still apply, where there's no shiny on the floor. We're very strict about it. We allow some, but for this year especially, we're going to be very strict on maintaining that. As you said, Greeny, there's a divider. There's going to be a way for people to enter where they'd like, right? So we don't want to stop people from going to both places. I myself am a consumer of both products. I'm specifically going for some from Hank Ringberg, like a rookie and a 1936 play ball, Hank Greenberg as well. So if anyone has those, please make a note to come find me on the show floor. But yeah, you know, it's really about having two separate experiences under the same hall and increasing the experience for both of our stakeholders. So we're doing that by adding things. We've added a whole second show to the Great Lake Show. Now we're going to have a lot of autographs. You know, you guys touched on this during the intro, where we're going to have up to 20 autograph guests. And some of these are amazing Cleveland sports stars. Joe Thomas, Joe Hayden, two amazing Cleveland Brown players. Bernie Kosar, you know, just an absolute Cleveland legend. Corey Snyder. You know, we've got really, like I said, Hope Solo is going to come in, you know, gold-winning women's soccer player from, I think she won 2 golds actually at the Olympics as the goalkeeper. So she's another fantastic star. So, you know, from all of them, so it's a great experience. We're going to have the stage, which is an addition for our guests from the Strongsville side and something that you guys have had. So we're going to bring some of those guests on there to have some conversations with us. And it's those kind of things that are going to elevate the experience for all of us around.
And Mikey, we'll kind of give some perspective for attendees of the past Great Lakes Collectors Convention. It has been in the field house previously, but we've essentially doubled the size of the show, taken 2 additional rooms and venues on this property. So now the entrance has changed. You're actually going to enter through the main lobby of the Independence High School. You'll come through here. The main gym that has never been used before on our show is now the experiential place for the autographs. You've got your autograph pavilion. There'll be media row and interactive podcasts. And as you mentioned, our stage, which has really kind of evolved into a broadcast lounge. There'll be content all week with athletes and influencers and hobby content. You've got grading and authentication. You've got framing and artwork. And that's before you even set foot into the main part of the show. So you've got, as you mentioned, concessions. There'll be plenty of food trucks and food service. And then you get into this space where, as you guys eloquently put it, there's a divider on pavilions and experiences. If you want vintage, you'll know which way to go. If you want modern or TCG, you'll know which way to go. And we couldn't be more excited about this evolution.
Yeah, and just adding to that experience, we're going to have valet parking. We know it's going to get busy. We know the lots are going to get full, and we want that experience to be easy and comfortable for all our guests. So If you do have to park far away, don't worry. They'll be, pull right up in the front. So you don't have to park far away. A valet can do it for you. I think it's like $7 to $10. So a very reasonable price. And we're also going to be running some cart shuttles. So we're going to be trying to make this experience and again, this change in venue as seamless as possible for all of our guests. There'll be plenty of signage for any of our returning attendees. And I expect there to be most of them coming back. We want to make this as seamless as a change as possible, just like we did the last time when we changed from the hotel. And again, we had that same sort of trepidation of moving the show. And again, I'll repeat this. We see ourselves as stewards of, the longest running hobby show in the world. Want to make sure that this show continues to grow and evolve and be there as the beacon for vintage card trading, basically across North America. And it is like, honestly, the show, we talk about size of shows and things like that. This show punches well above its weight. I very much enjoy shopping here. I have bought some amazing pieces over the years, and there's some eclectic people on the show floor, right? Some of these people have been a vendor at the event for 30 plus years. So, and I'm sure you guys have, an eclectic group of vendors as well. I mean, Greeny was part of our vending crew last year, which was where I got to really meet him and talk to him. And as you said, all of us have been working hard on this to make sure that this show is a really great experience. And I keep harping on that, but it's a lot of work that goes into making sure this is a great and seamless experience for all stakeholders.
Yeah, and listen, we're it's not lost on us the history of this show, and it's not like we just said, hey, let's just throw one big show and put it all together. I mean, I've been going to this show for the better part of probably 30 years, since the days of Jeff Sindelar and Clay Pasternak and Paul Fusco and the people that have ran this show and done a terrific job. So, part of that is the legacy that we want this show to have and to continue to have. And, while we do have the modern side and keeping the two different sides, it is the history of the show that we still want to keep intact.
Yeah. And I think that's the joy of something like this. You were talking with an earlier guest of the first show you ever attended. And, for a lot of people, I'm sure this was one of them. For me, it's funny. Steve, the owner, one of the partners in this event, he owns the Toronto Sport Card Show, which is actually the first card show I went to in 1991. And I laugh because one of our vendors is still the same vendor, and he's still selling sealed wax. And I laugh and I try to get a sealed box from him at least once every couple shows.
Mikey, I think at the core of why we believe this is going to work, and I'm so excited about it, is it has been remarkably seamless, the integration of the shows, the teams. And I think it started with that place of reverence where unavoidably we realized Great Lakes was going to fall on the same date as Strongsville. And it simply started with a conversation of, we've got two big shows in the market. How do we collaborate and support each other and help cross promote? And it started with sort of those seeds, and it's kind of been, I'm not sure how we exactly landed at this point where we're now in the same building, but it really kind of started with that. How do we work together? And here we are.
Yeah. And I think these conversations started 3 years ago when Steve came to the Great Lakes show, our first year in or it was 4 years ago now, our first year in Strongsville. So, it just goes to show reaching out, working collaboratively. And I think all of us have the same goals, which is make working together so easy. The fact that we're all looking to make it a better experience for all those involved.
And it will. So we'll all converge in Independence, Ohio, April 10th through the 12th. If we want, Jeremy, we can kind of bring up the schedule of, so Friday, I think the show is going to open to VIPs at noon. Is that right, Mikey? And then
you are correct. And Mitch, it is amazing. You should definitely come check it out. Like I said, you'll find things there that you won't find in any other place. It's not just the cards, right? Like there's coins and pennants and things that like I have never seen in other events. So I love that. I love the hunting and searching for treasure. It's awesome. And I'm sure I'll see both of you on our side, and you'll see me on your side, and that's the fun of collaborating with each other.
So if we can, let's go over the times of the show, Jeremy. It's so Friday we're going to be VIP at noon. Then I believe general admission will be from 2 to what is that, 8 p.m. on Friday?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. I get these eyes just can't see that anymore. But, Saturday we're going to go from 10 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 4.
You got
nailed it. With VIP entries 9:30 and 9:30 on both those days. And Jeremy said it before, you know, you want to save money and time, buy online, you'll speed up the process for yourself. And again, just you know, we look forward to seeing everyone there. We'll be there. Please come say hi to us on the show floor. It's always great to see people who've watched this and are coming along with it. And bring your cards, man. Bring your cards out. It's a great place to bring show, even if you're not looking to sell. It's an awesome place to connect with like-minded individuals. I'm sure that's how you two connected, right? Like, and I love the mention, by the way, on the show of Passover so many times. As we all enter into our Passover Seders this week.
Thanks for the reminder. So
Yeah,
well over 400 tables, probably pushing up towards 500 between the two pavilions, over 20 autograph guests. Mikey, they can go to Strongsville Sports or greeniesportscards.com, get your tickets, get your autograph tickets through either site. And we really appreciate you joining us in the partnership and can't wait for April 10th through 12th.
I'm pumped. You showing that video overview of the whole map, that was worth the partnership alone. Telling people, if anyone doesn't know how to get there, take a look at that timestamp, and you should timestamp it in the show for anyone who needs to find out how to get there, because that was a great overall view. Then coming right back into the venue, so really excited. 2 weeks away. Can't believe we're already so close, and like I said, it's going to be cool to be in the new venue. I'm excited to see what it looks like, and I've heard only great things from you guys.
Good 100%. Stuff. Well, we will see you in probably a little more than a week, probably on that Wednesday at some point. You guys will be arriving, and then a week after that, a week from Thursday, we will be building our floor plans, and then Friday, everybody will be able to see what we have built. So, Mikey, thanks. We appreciate your time, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, gentlemen. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. All right. Our thanks to Mikey Singer from Strongsville Sports Collectors Convention.